Go ahead, sir.
Good evening. My name is John Ash, and I live at 20 Virginia. I am here to request legislative changes to family court policies and the law enforcement response to criminal activity related to the family courts. We have talked about how strangers who felt that because they knew my son's mom and that she didn't want him, that they had the right to adopt him. And for the record, I've never failed a drug test. We've talked about how they can commit crime after crime to get custody of my child. And you don't have to take my word for it, since I have video of 2 different law enforcement agencies confirming these crimes but refusing to act. We've talked about abduction, being to gain control of someone by violence, threat of violence, or deception. But if that deception is under oath to a judge, one felony cancels out the other felony, making abduction legal. Call the sheriff's department and ask them if they investigate that. When they say no, ask them to see the policy that says that. They can't show it to you. Why would the police protect child abductors? Well, for money, of course. Social Security Act Title IV, Section D says that the federal government will match what the state collects in child support. That's why the Virginia Bar Association says in family court you don't have a right to a fair trial, and why the Virginia DSS homepage shows the amount of money that they have collected in child support so far this year. Speaking of, I know you said there's nothing you can do, but you had the idea of routing Richmond about something else. How's that letter I suggested coming along? The one where you tell them that the judges and law enforcement keep protecting child abductors to make money. You don't want their money. Montgomery County makes money off child abductions in another way too, like mental health. In 2015, they put me in a mental hospital for repeating laws and policies. And after I proved my story was true at the hospital, I filed a complaint, which to them means I need to go back to the hospital. You receive Medicaid money for this. It needs to be returned. You charged me money for this. I want it back. If law enforcement or mental health had done anything but treat me like trash, you couldn't have given me a $1,200 bill for trying to kill myself. I go to the next mental health appointment with a video camera, because I'm going to be asking why are they making money off lying about government policy. And I was successful, because I caught me a criminal on camera, and her name was Melanie Atkins. I sent you the video and her report that says I was hospitalized for not saying I wouldn't hurt myself or anyone else 3 times. 7 times in the video I deny it, and 3 times she acknowledges I denied it. I filed multiple complaints, none of which were responded to. Now I guess I'm escalating to management. You have the video and the list of times it was brought up. Can you show me these 3 times? If not, show me where the policy says to falsify medical records. If you can't do that either, I want your employee, Melanie Atkins, and her supervisor who didn't handle the complaint terminated. And I want their pensions at punitive damages. Thank you. Y'all have a nice evening.